Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
What is going on? How y'all doing? It's Thursday, and it's almost a week since this took place, but never late than never. This is the Club of the Man 1993, having a nice looking beard going right here, even though I hate it, but I got a deal going with my wife right now, so she basically told me I can keep it till Christmas Day. So if I get any more videos in, which I hopefully will be till before Christmas Day, which that's right, I will be for sure, because the ones I gotta record still, like the calendar. Well, you don't see me in the 25 Days of Christmas stuff, but anyways, you'll be seeing the beard probably in a few more videos, and then it comes off. Cool. This is my review of last week's episode of SmackDown. Again, sorry this is very late, but again, holidays, just very busy, and I was trying to also get the rest of the shorts done for the 25 Days of Christmas stuff done, and I did in fact get that done. I just gotta put the full version together, that way I can upload that as well right after the number one does premiere as well. But so yeah, when we get caught up, I got off work 2 hours earlier today to start my Christmas holiday, as I'm off tomorrow and Monday. So that is freaking awesome. So I thought I'd take full advantage of tonight to get stuff around the house, get YouTube caught up with, and we're gonna roll from there. Because the momentum is starting to come back a little bit. I have jumped up to, I think, 1,160 subscribers now. I've jumped up about 5 more the past couple days. So getting a little bit back on track. But we gotta keep rolling. So, anyways, this is my review from SmackDown from last Friday, December 16th, 2023. No, sorry, 15th. December 15th, 2023. And it took place in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we're going to talk about everything that happened on the show. I'm a little torn, though, between what grade to give. It's basically between a B and a B minus. Because there were things I liked. Like, I did like Roman Reigns' return, even though I read a rumor yesterday of some possible plans for his title reign that I'm not the biggest fan of, because I really think, although I think this has been a legendary run for him, it's time to drop it. There's no more mileage in this title reign. I'm sorry, there really isn't. He's not dropping it at Rumble. He's got to drop it at WrestleMania. We had that. I liked the U.S. Title tournament matches. They were good. Even though we've seen Kevin Owens and Austin Theory fight how many freaking times, I still thought it was a good match, despite the fact that we've seen it how many times. We did get a return of AJ Styles. What happened, though, after he returned, I'm in question right now whether or not if that was a heel turn or if that was just, a babyface involved in the feud with multiple babyfaces. So that turn alert, I'm going to hold on for a second. Because, well, there was a pre-taped episode of SmackDown recorded after this past SmackDown that will air tomorrow night. I'm not going to review it. I'm going to take a break from SmackDown and Raw on this coming Monday, because I don't think there was a recorded episode of Raw. I think it's just going to be a clip show, if I'm being honest. Raw is probably going to be a clip show, so because of that, and because I'm very behind, I would like to get caught up, but also take a little bit of a breather too, just to enjoy the holidays and not feel pressured. I'm not going to review this Friday's episode of SmackDown or this next week's or Christmas Day's episode of Raw, which again, it will most likely be a clip show. And then Friday the 29th, I will review that SmackDown, and we'll get back on track with all of that heading into the new year. So we got all that coming as well. But yeah, those are a couple things I liked. There's a few things that I've made it no secret. I am tired of this Jimmy Uso storyline. It's doing nothing for him. He's a chump. I don't understand why Roman Reigns is still letting him stick around, because of, again, how did they come back together other than the fact that Jimmy just turned on his brother? I still feel that this story with Jimmy and Jay should have been separated from the bloodline. You could still have Jimmy turn on Jay, but again, we'll talk about it when we get into it. And even like the damage control stuff, like, okay, cool. I get their plans might have been hurt a little bit because of the injury to Charlotte Flair, which we'll talk about that also briefly in a second as well. But I don't know, like now I feel like it's starting to go just a little bit back and forth. Although it could still work based off of how Bayley announced her entrance into the Women's Rumble and how she's going to go after Rhea and fulfill a dream of having damage control take over completely. But I feel like this is starting to go... It feels like we're almost out of like the stalling period. We're almost out of it, but there's still some stalling. You know what I mean? Like that's the only problem I have right now. Again, especially with the bloodline, because if you would have just had Roman drop the belt to Cody at SummerSlam, we would have been, or Jay, since he actually wrestled Jay, we would not be in this predicament right now. But again, I just feel like everything with Roman is just dragging. It's stalling. There's some stuff that's not making sense. Mainly, again, the Jimmy Uso stuff as well. I don't know. So that's why I'm in between a B- and a B for my grade. Maybe I'm going to talk about the show. Maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? But let's start talking about stuff. Before we talk about the review, there was two wrestling topics, which one I'm going to save for Raw, because I keep forgetting she's a Raw superstar. But I'll talk about that in my Raw review. And then for this review, for SmackDown, let's talk about the SmackDown superstar, Charlotte Flair. So last week, I did whenever I did my last SmackDown review, I did kind of, leave my thoughts about how I'm tired of Asuka having few wins over Charlotte Flair, and they're all not clean. Well, apparently there was a reason why the one last week ended the way it did, and that's because they showed the replay. Charlotte Flair did, in fact, actually suffer an ACL injury during her match with Asuka the other week. And she's going to be out for probably about 9 months, which really sucks. Now, Charlotte, I think, has... Well, of course, we know she's taking time off. I think the most she's ever missed was 6 months. That was in 2020? Whenever... Was it 2020? I believe that's when it was. Or 2019? 2020, because it was right after... It was right after she dropped the NXT Women's title. And she had that segment where Nia Jax wrote her off TV and she was gone for 6 months. I think that's the longest period of time she's been absent. Right here again, she could be out from 9 months to a year. We're probably not going to see her till at the earliest. Maybe that, what's it called, a Bash in Berlin or wherever that Berlin that pay-per-view in Germany. Next September. That's probably the earliest maybe we could see Charlotte Flair. Because Bayley suffered her knee injury, and she was out for about, 13, 14 months? Part of it could have been they may not have had a plan for her quite yet, but, that was also during a time where Vince was stepping out and Triple H was coming in. But yeah, that blows for Charlotte Flair. I mean... we all know, we know Charlotte Flair is like the polarized name for the women's division. You know, people love her, people hate her, people think she's overbooked, people always want to see her on top. Again, my thing is, I think she's talented. Just what I keep saying for the longest time is the fact that I think they need to give her some more non-title feuds before giving her title shots. And again, this is going to be the longest she's been out. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe this could be a nice refresher for her. Possibly. We'll see. But I guess that also means my prediction of her facing Jade Cargill one-on-one in a match at WrestleMania is unfortunately not going to happen. I don't know if they will still, because I'm still possibly seeing them debuting Jade Cargill at the Women's Rumble. Or if Charlotte's not going to be there now, maybe again it's best we send Jade to NXT. I would still do that. I still think Jade should go to NXT. And she should be the face of the women's division there, making her statements down there, I think, first. I think with Charlotte, it kind of would have helped because obviously the idea they're teasing is that Jade's probably eventually going to get Charlotte's position in the company where she is. But now that Charlotte's not there, and she's not there to kind of give Jade that rocket ship victory, I think she needs to go back to NXT. But thoughts and prayers definitely for Charlotte. I do hope she does, get better, sooner rather than later. Like I said, the earliest she probably will be back is, I think she'll either come back either at Bash in Berlin. If not, I think the latest we'll see her again is the Women's Royal Rumble in 2025. Which is, of course, a long way to go. We're still like a little over a month away from the 2024 Rumble, which I still gotta make my card predictions for. Which, by the way, I was gonna start using Adobe After Effects for my match card predictions. I think I will wait until after I, play around with After Effects some more to get kind of back in the groove before I start using that again. Especially, right now with just, I'm in this mindset where I just want to get stuff rolling again on the channel because I haven't been able to keep caught up too well on the channel, whatnot. But anyways, that's what's going to happen there. But I still, again, do wish for a speedy recovery for sure for Charlotte Flair. And again, hopefully with this long break, absence can make the heart grow fonder. We'll see when she comes back. I'm pretty sure she has a couple more championship reigns she will get before her career ends. So we'll just have to wait and see. Just wanted to throw that out there. All right, let's talk about SmackDown now. Let's get to the review. Again, we were in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And the show opened up with the return of Roman Reigns. This is the first time, I believe, we have seen him in a while. He comes out with Paul Heyman, Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. Does the usual intro, and tells everybody to shut up, and he wouldn't have to do it if they could have kept the booze down, but it's the holidays, and he's here to celebrate. And it's also promotion season. Because he's a good boss, and he's a fair tribal chief. When someone's doing good, he lets them know. And when they're doing bad, they get smashed. Which you should have smashed Jimmy Uso, but you didn't. But that's not tonight. Tonight does about one man. One man who has bent over backwards and sacrificed everything over the last year or so to keep this family on top of the mountain. And of course, as he keeps hyping up this person, you see Jimmy Uso standing behind Roman all smiling, just all acting like he's the shit because he thinks it's going to be him. And then Roman tells Jimmy to join him in congratulating Solo Sikoa. Which, he never said this phrase, but someone posted somewhere saying that Solo's now considered the tribal prince. Which, if they would call him that, cool. My only thing, though, is of course, Jimmy Uso now is like, why not me? It's like, what have you done to prove you deserve that spot. Even though, again, continuity-wise, don't forget, they were teasing some dissension with them at SummerSlam with Solo and Roman. But, I mean, it makes sense. Solo Sikoa would be the one Roman would kind of go with to, crown his successor. Crown as the tribal prince, as the reliable one. If this is so... Maybe I should address this rumor also. I read a rumor the other day, actually it was 2 days ago, that apparently there's rumors now that Roman could be holding the title till Royal Rumble 2025 so he can at least pass Hulk Hogan. Which, no. I'm sorry again. Is this a legendary run? Yes. Has this run saved Roman Reigns from being just known as a polarized figure that never got his true talents recognized? Does that ruin that? No. Is he definitely becoming one of the best of all time? Yes. Do I think the guy is awesome? Yes. But this title reign has got to end. There's the whole idea of last year, them saying, oh, this is only in the third inning. I'm sorry. I totally disagree with that. This should have ended at SummerSlam. It didn't, though. And now I still don't know how in the world Cody Rhodes is going to get to Roman since he's still a Raw superstar. And I don't see Cody winning the Rumble again. I really think if they're really going to tell the story of Cody struggling, trying to get his way back to that rematch he asked Roman for on the Raw after WrestleMania last year, he's got to do it a different way other than the Rumble. Give the Rumble to CM Punk. But again, after WrestleMania 40, this has got to end. Ugh, God. So, I heard that rumor. So then it makes me wondering, well, what if the whole idea is Solo could be the one to eventually dethrone Roman Reigns? I mean, he did just beat John Cena clean at Crown Jewel, but it's still got to be Cody. It's got to be Cody. If it's not Cody, then why is he here? Why is he here? So, I had to throw that out there. But anyways, so Solo Sikoa is basically then promoted. Then out comes Daddy's back, Randy Orton, who comes out and confronts Roman Reigns. And he's just been thinking about this moment for a long time, 18 months. What does he say? All he needs to say is that that Randy is coming for him. Since they took 18 months from him, he's going to take everything from him. He doesn't care how many family members he has to go through to do it. It starts tonight. It'll end at Rumble. Because he challenges Roman to a title match. And then Roman said, has it been 18 months? Because I don't think I've thought about you at all. He can go back. He goes to the back of the line where he belongs. He's done nothing to earn a match. Everyone wants to get down on the tribal chief and thinks they just get an opportunity. Not for just showing up. No, that's not how it works. Orton's got to listen to the voices in his head. Because this ain't 2007. And he's way above Randy's level now. If he has a match with Roman, it ain't an 18-month vacation. It's just retirement and he'll never come back. And Orton's like, maybe you're right. Maybe you have evolved for the better. Not just a historical champion, but a legend. But don't forget, one thing Orton's always been known as is the legend killer. And then he fakes an RKO out and Roman just stumbles and just jumps away backwards for the ropes. And then Randy tells him to start thinking about him. And those voices is telling him that Roman may have just crapped his pants, which was funny. And when he goes to leave, he turns around and says, "By the way, Roman, Daddy's back." So that's set up for, obviously, again, the Roman Reigns and Randy Orton storyline. I think we'll get to the upcoming plans at the end of the show for this. We have the first of the 2 U.S. title tournament matches. We have Grayson Waller taking on Carmelo Hayes. It's him. It was a fun match. Again, Carmelo Hayes, he's one of the few guys in NXT that I have my eyes on right now. He is really going to be a big name, a big star. Someone that I think is really going to excel on the main roster when given the chance to do so. And again, I know I've said I'm not the biggest fan of Grayson Waller, mostly because of his personality and because I know he's a Vince McMahon guy. I can't deny he's great in the ring, and him and Melo have really good chemistry. They don't miss, as they would say. And Carmelo does get the victory with the nothing but net. He'll move on to round 2 to take on the winner between Austin Theory and Kevin Owens. Before we got to that match, we had another backstage promo with Randy Orton, and everyone say his name with me, L.A. Knight. Yeah! Randy Orton tells Knight that he don't need his help, and Knight's like, "I'm not saying you do, but we know how that numbers game works with the bloodline. And he's willing to help." Randy said, "Okay, we're good after last week, but I want to keep it that way. So stay out of my way." And then LA Knight offers his catchphrase in return and goes, "Yeah," saying it whatnot. Kevin Owens has his match with Austin Theory. Despite the fact we've probably seen these two fight how many freaking times, it was still a good match. Again, can't deny that even though Austin Theory has suffered this year character-wise, he still can put on a good match when given a chance to do so. Kevin Owens, though, wins, because he had his arm in a cast that Austin Theory had a hurt. I want to run this by you guys. Is anybody starting to feel like Kevin Owens has been a babyface for a bit too long? Like, he's starting to feel like he's losing a little bit of mileage as a face? The only problem is, though, is if they would make him a heel again, I don't know how you can go back to that. Based off of how he's reconciled with Sammy, based off of how he was trying to, get Sammy to wake up, basically, before. I don't know how you can tell him a story as a heel again, though. But I'm starting to feel like as a face, he's it's starting to feel a tad bit flat. I mean, yes, he's using the cast. Maybe he's going to continue to use some tactics like that. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But he wins. He will take on Carmelo Hayes on next week's episode of SmackDown in the semifinals. Roman Reigns is backstage with the rest of the bloodline talking about how Randy Orton ruined Solo's moment and he needs to be silenced. And then Jimmy's like, "I can do it, but it sounds like a job for the future tribal chief." And then Roman tells him it's promotion season, and if you take care of Orton, he could be in line for good things. And he's like, "Yeet!" And then Roman gives him the look and he goes, "No, yeet." I like that. I like where he goes, "Yeet," and then Roman either just stares him down, or he'll call him, see him on TV, and he'll go, "No, yeet, I can't do this." Again, like I said, it's just, again, as I said at the beginning, I just can't get behind this Jimmy Uso character. Again, if he was winning more matches and doing stuff that actually makes him credible, then okay. Right now, he just looks like the personal punching bag for the bloodline that just protects everybody else eating the pins. Which I don't like. I don't like that at all. So because at this point, I'm just like, just get to him and Jay at WrestleMania, and we'll just move on from this. That's where I'm at with Jimmy Uso. And I'm still a little bitter over the fact that Roman Reigns may be holding the title now until Royal Rumble 2025. Damn it! But who knows? Anyways, we had that. Karrion Kross and Scarborough kind of cryptic promo about how this place is going to be recycled soon. Hopefully that means his push is coming. There have been rumors. Karrion Kross is not dead in the water, but it's obvious Triple H wants to push him. he just right now just cannot find that opening for him right now. But hopefully that means that's coming soon, because I do believe Karrion Kross, based off most of his interviews I listened to too, the guy is a genius. And I think he's somebody that could make the company a lot of money as a main event star. But we'll see, of course, if that ever happens. Kevin Owens ran into Cameron Grimes, who complimented Owens on his match and moves on in short order. And then Owens runs into an interviewer. He was asked about Carmelo Hayes. And he said he was like Carmelo Hayes once. And he's ready for their match next week. It has a similar feud to when he debuted against John Cena before realizing that Carmelo Hayes is standing right next to him. And Hayes says he needs a win. And he's not like Theory or Waller. And you won't be punched in the face so easily, he says. We have this hype reel with Damage Control where they're all standing together talking about how dominating they are and how the Kabuki Warriors are going to win the tag titles. Bayley's going to enter the Rumble and take Rhea's title because she has a dream of Damage Control being all dominating. I don't know. I guess maybe I was just so set on those plans. I had the idea of maybe Bayley is going to get beaten down after she cost Damage Control the win at War Games. And they'll run off TV. She'll come back and go after Io. But I guess now they're doing the thing of where they're all on the same page. And then Bayley wins the Rumble. Because Bayley's still my pick to win the Women's Rumble. And she'll at first tease Rhea. But then don't know what the story will be. But somewhere along the line, Damage Control will turn on Bayley. I don't know. Like that just still sounds stupid. Because like why would you like convince someone? What was the word I was trying to make for? Why would you want to convince someone to come after you if you're doing this just so Bayley goes after somebody else? You know what I mean? Like a little bit of a plot hole there. Like I still think the better booking would have been to have Damage Control beat down on Bayley right off TV after Survivor Series. And then have Bayley return at the Rumble and say she's coming after Io for her revenge. I would have still done it that way. This just feels like it's overbooking it just a wee little bit. If I'm being 100% honest to you. Kabuki Warriors, though, had a decent match, which was cool hearing their music and gave me some throwbacks a couple years ago. But yeah, Kairi Sane and Asuka defeated Mia Yim and Zelina Vega with a diving elbow drop from Kairi Sane onto Mia Yim. Jimmy Uso's backstage telling Solo Roman's been being too long. And Solo's stone face, and Jimmy's trying to have a heart-to-heart and says if he tell him if something was going to happen to him. Now Jimmy's not so like Mr. like I'm the shit in this and that. Oh, I can do all this and that. Now he's paranoid. Which, why would they expose that much of a weakness in a heel like that? Especially when they're trying to give him nuclear heat going up against Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Solo grunts and flexes his hand at him, and Jimmy does his best look reassured. We also get some promos from Santos Escobar and Bobby Lashley hyping up their semifinals match next week as well. Randy Orton then has a match with Jimmy Uso despite some distractions with Solo Sikoa and the LA Knight count to stop him. Orton beat him like he was nothing. Afterwards, though, and then I guess Solo, LA Knight had cut off Solo outside to help Randy win. And I guess basically LA Knight was like, I told you so. Well, afterwards, Roman Reigns came out and he started which went into a 3-on-2 beatdown. AJ Styles, though, came back after being gone since probably September. It was right before Fastlane he was written off TV. But he was written off TV, and instead of coming down the ramp, he just came through the crowd, did a nice-looking, phenomenal forearm to take down Roman Reigns. Obviously, inserting him into the picture because the bloodline is what took him out. And then, here's the thing. Afterwards, AJ Styles, when the bloodline was staring the three of them down, AJ Styles drops LA Knight with a lariat. And it looked like AJ Styles turned heel. Because he didn't do anything to Orton, though. Because you would think that if it was just a face-on-face thing, he would take out both of them. But he just took out LA Knight. But if you notice, though, before Styles took him out, LA Knight kind of bumped a shoulder with him. So that's why I'm thinking it may not have been a full heel turn. It might have just been a thing where it's we're all faces, we all want the titles, the top of the mountain's not big enough for the both of us, basically. So that's why I'm waiting to see what AJ says on Friday this week on SmackDown. And that could possibly help determine if he's a face or a heel. Honestly, I'd rather keep him face because I really want him to face Roman one-on-one, as he should at some point. But if they're going to turn him heel, I'm not opposed to it, because what was he doing as a face anyways? He really was not winning any matches. I mean, yes, I didn't like his second heel run he had before, but even right now, it's like he's lost a lot. So you kind of can see why he would go heel. But that is, of course, for another day. And that, guys, that is my review of this past week's episode of SmackDown. I still think I'll give it, it's just missing for me. I'll give it a B-. A B- for SmackDown. Again, some stuff I like, some stuff I'm not really for. So, we'll see what happens next. What are your guys' thoughts on SmackDown? Your thoughts on Charlotte Flair's injury, the bloodline, the rumors of Roman Reigns holding the title until 2025, which I despise. What do you guys all think? You guys leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at the Club of the Man 93. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out, and I'll catch you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night, and do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself, and that is not just an opinion. That is a fact of life. Yeah!